Good morning from the Pacific Northwest. It's Saturday, March 16th. I'm your host, Greg, better known as Fog or Effigy on Steam. And you're watching the Weekly Factor here on Factor of Games. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully you've had a great week. We've got a good lineup, lots of games, lots of things to talk about. Obviously, the Steam sale is going on right now, so that's a pretty big deal. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. I can still hear it. I don't know if you can. I've never figured that out yet. I think we've gotten the audio issues out of the way. Starlink's been a pain. It really caused an issue today. I don't know if we'll be able to show Star Wars Jedi Survivor on the Steam Deck, but we will be able to show it on the Legion Go because I got it on there. But yeah, it was still going up and down. I think it's fixed now. We worked a little bit on it Friday with them, and then also got them to actually do some resetting. They pushed some downloads, did some updates. I rewired the entire house to get this thing to work, so I think it's going to run. I don't know. We'll see. But we do have the Steam sale going on. It's the spring sale. Surprisingly, it's not spring yet, right? It's like the 20th? Or is that when the time changes? I don't know when they do it. I always thought it was the 20th of March, but it is the spring sale. Lots of good deals. The numbers are up on the channel because everybody starts viewing what games run. So that's always nice to see. I know when the sale starts is because literally views triple. And I notice it just right away. It's kind of funny. So it's awesome to have everybody, checking out the channel, swinging in. And hopefully you've got some interesting games that you're going to buy during the Steam sale. There's some good deals. Actually, Jedi Survivor, if you own the original, what was it? Star Wars Jedi. I don't even remember the original one. What was the one before? So there's Star Wars Jedi Survivor and then Star Wars Jedi Outcast, right? Is it Outcast? Might be Outcast. Yo, welcome, Joe. How are you? Good morning. I'm good, man. It's just getting kicked off here. But if you own the original one, you can get like Star Wars Jedi Survivor for more than half off. I think they're selling it for $29. So yeah, lots of good deals over on Steam right now to be had. But this week we got 5 games that everybody voted on. And those 5 games are already, kind of displayed on the thumbnail, but we're going to take a look at Nioh 2, which we've got a special deal to talk about on Nioh 2. That goes along with our humble partnership. And we've got Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be Modern Warfare 3. Everybody was going to vote for, but it ended up being Black Ops 3. And then we've got Mega Man Legacy Collection, another interesting game. I think there's 6 games on there. And it actually runs really well on these devices. Looks good. I mean, obviously, it's not going to take too much to run Mega Man from the NES days, but they have a little bit of work done to it. Let's just say that. Then what else do we have? We have, let's see. We went through Contra, Nioh, Call of Duty. We've got Dead Rising 2, which is with Chuck Green. We're going to take a look at that. Dead Rising, the votes for Dead Rising were almost evenly split. I think Chuck Green in Resident Evil 2 won by 1%. It was like 26% to 25% on Resident Evil 3, which is a really good game as well. We'll have to do that one. Resident Evil 4, funny enough, not Resident Evil. What am I saying? Dead Rising. Why am I saying Resident Evil? Dead Rising 4 surprisingly beat out Dead Rising 1. I couldn't believe that. Dead Rising 4 was like the least liked game of them all, but I think it came in at 24% and then 22% for Dead Rising 1. So kind of crazy. It was really close the entire way through. And then our last game, what was our last game? I don't even know. Jedi, well, we already talked about Jedi Survivor. So that's our last one there. So those are the 5 that were voted on. And then we've also got one game that I picked, which came out, which is Contra, the Operation Galuga, Operation Galuga. So that one's kind of cool. It came out, it's 2D shooter, obviously. Very much along the same lines of the original Contra, which is nice. I think a lot of people enjoyed it. Which game's fun? Oh, probably Dead Rising 2, Joe, I would imagine. I know that you guys, well, I remember Dakota talked about Dead Rising 3. We played that years ago. co-op, I remember, on the old channel, Fans of Games, over on Twitch. So yeah, that was a really fun one. But I really enjoyed Dead Rising 3, I think the best. I think it had the most to offer. It had some of those neat little features, like if you were on Xbox One, which is where I think it originally came out on, because it was exclusive to them. It had the, what was it, the live integration? No, the camera. What was the camera? Connect integration, where if you made any kind of noise in the room, the zombies would like turn around and come after your character. It was kind of, it worked okay. I'm not going to say it was the greatest, but it worked okay. The co-op one the other day. Yeah. No, 3 was really good. I don't know if you could do, I don't think you could do 4 co-op. I think 3 was the only one. But, those are the games that we're taking a look at this week. And we'll take a look at some of the Steam sale. We can go a little bit longer today. Maybe if we go a little bit longer, that Jedi Survivor will download on the Steam Deck Oled. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, Starlink really sucked over the past 2 weeks. I can't get over it. Dakota, how are you? Welcome. No, you can't on that new one. Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. Dead Rising was fun with co-op. I thought it was really a good time. Get to run around, just wipe out zombies. Who wouldn't want to do that? Okay, let's jump in. Let's do this. We're going to jump into the Steam Deck. And since we're already talking about Dead Rising 2, let's take a look at Dead Rising 2 on here. Let me stop that silly music. It sounds really good, but I don't need it right now. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Dead Rising 2. Let me get my trusty controller here and see if we can't get this loaded up. Now, audio, like I said, let me know if the audio, I'm just going to take a look at one setting to make sure that this thing's not going to download in the background. If you don't know, if you don't have one of these, and you don't know, if you have downloads running in the background, which they're turned off now, it can really impact the performance of the game that you're playing. It really is stressing it out to like do both things at once, play and download. Most PCs, you can do downloads just fine and not really have to worry about. These have that ceiling that they bump up against if they're getting too much, right? If there's too much running on it. Okay, so there's nothing special you have to do with this one, which is good. It already has like a nice controller layout, which is official and from the developer. So let's just jump in, take a look at it. Now, if the audio is too low, like I said, let me know. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it. I can kind of tell. Oh, you got the Steam Deck last year. Oh, I knew you guys were looking at it. Okay. I didn't know that you had gotten one. What do you think about it? Pretty good? Do you use it a lot? I guess that's always the question, right? Like, yeah, you can promote something and kind of like go like, oh, this is an amazing device. But if you don't really use it, because I know you guys have really good gaming desktops. So that's why I would throw that question at you. Do you really play it? I mean, I do, because obviously it's part of the show and the channel, but I take it everywhere with me, right? Like I do, like I've got to go down to GDC this week coming down to San Francisco. So I'll be down there Tuesday through Friday, and I'll be, in the evenings, if we're not out doing something with developers or something like that, I'll be playing a little bit. Not really, but it's nice to have. Yeah, I think it's really if you go on a trip, right? Maybe that's the place. Possibly more when it gets nicer outside. Yeah, if you're sitting on the back deck, that's true. That's true. You guys have the pool you go over to and all that stuff, and that would be something to kind of tag along if you wanted to get some gaming out of the way in the sun. I guess I don't know. I try to make up whatever excuse to play games. I don't know if it's a reality for most people. Let's take a look at the visual stuff. The game is, we'll bump it up a little bit so we can see it. The game's older, right? This game came out on the original Xbox. Well, not the original Xbox 360. And, it's probably at this point pushing 15 years old, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. No, I think it was 2008 or 9 when it came out. So what is that? That's, 15 years. Getting old like all of us. But, oops, sorry, wrong thing. PC settings. We're going to be playing, as always, 720p here on the channel. So, well, I think the channel is actually streaming today in 1080p. If I'm not mistaken, we're running 1080p. I got, like I said, Starlink running as best as possible. I'm hoping it'll do what we want, but I think it's 1080p we're broadcasting in, but we're going to play the Steam Deck at 720p because really 800p is the max that it does. So just everything else, everything else is on high. We're not going to do blur effects pretty much. So yeah, let's jump in and see. I think I've got a little start screen or a starting save loaded up so we can jump right in, take a look at it, not have to go too deep into it, and then we'll jump over to the Legion Go and we'll do the back and forth. Actually, I'm wondering if we should just do like the 4 games on the Steam Deck in consecutive order, and then let it download Star Wars, and maybe by the end when we get through all the games on the Legion Go, it'll be done. I don't know. Let's do it that way. We'll play it by ear, but I think that's what we're going to do. I guess they did have co-op in 2. I don't think I ever did that. So 2 and 3 had co-op. Okay. Let's see here. So this is our save. I'm going to try to turn this up, see if there's any audio. I don't even hear it. It could be the way I have my audio set up. Actually, I'm not seeing... I don't think I'm seeing any audio from the Steam Deck. Are you guys hearing any? It's not picking it up. Let's just say that. Now, I don't know if I have it really too low. There we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. It's really low. I had to turn that way up to get any kind of audio. If it's too much now, just, ping. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, doing everything, playing this as we go can be a little tough. These older games use 2-frame buffer for sync, which you don't want to use. 2-frame buffer for sync. And welcome. That Zala Sky. Welcome. V-Sync. Gotcha. Yeah, we can go and turn that off.
But you must get that a lot.
So Chuck Green just finished out. This is right at the beginning of the game. We haven't even seen the zombies yet, but in terms of zombies, you can have a few hundred on the screen at one time. I don't know if it's like 200, 300. I know that they tout like, oh, there's 50,000 or whatever number, 53,000 some hundred. Is what's in there. But on the screen at one time, I know it can be more than 100. Yeah, we'll go in. Actually, I'm just going to skip through. Okay, there we go. Let's make one adjustment there. I don't know if we had VSync on or not. Did we? Yeah, we did. Okay, there we go. You really don't even need VSync with the Steam Deck. The only reason I usually turn it on is because it's running on the screen of the PC in front of me for the stream rather than on the actual screen of the device. There we go. Take a handbag. Can we whack him with the handbag? Which way do we want to go? Oh yeah. See the little arrow above my head? But yeah, I mean, there's probably a good 30 on screen at any one time if I look back that way. Something like that. But in some of the more demanding areas, I think you can go up to 100. Oh, God, they got me. They got me. Got me. I went the wrong way. I think I gotta go to the green room. There we go. And get the daughter.
Katie!
Uh-oh.
Get off her!
Now, the one thing you learn very early on is they've got... Chuck's daughter has been bitten already. But there, if you remember anything about the original Dead Rising, or if you played any of them, there is something called Zombrex, which you can take, which will delay it.
Katie, listen to me. You need to stay calm.
If below the display set refresh rate. There you go. Yeah, that's correct. comes. Shoo, get out of here. All right, we can carry her and move along. We'll just do a little bit of running through, and then, like I said, we'll jump to the next game. We'll do all the games on the Steam Deck first, and then hopefully that other one that didn't get a chance to download will finish while we're doing the Legion Go. We usually do it one, the other, you know, back and forth, but this time it's just not going to make sense, unfortunately. It really I'd love for one show to go, you know, without any issue at all. We had like all these audio issues, and then we had, you know, Starlink being Starlink for 2 weeks, and just finally everything's kind of running, but it just wasn't running right in time to be able to get that last game to download. Because if you haven't played Jedi Survivor yet, it's 130 gigs. It's crazy how big that one is. It's like a Call of Duty game.
Not again.
There we go. Get some more zombies on screen. Blurry zombies. But I don't know. I mean, you see the Steam Deck drop down a little bit, but we're on high settings, and I mean, this is a pretty old game. It's not really pressing any. It's not pushing the device at all. So you should be just fine. And this game, I'm not sure what the price is right now on Dead Rising. Let me look it up really fast while we'll do a couple things at once here. All right, Chuck. What is Dead Rising running during the sale? I know that they had this on sale like the entire few weeks before, or like a week before the sale even started on Thursday. But $5.99 on Steam. You can pick this up. It's not a bad deal. Well, I think we're pretty much through where we need to be. We're just skipping through some scenes. I'm trying to get to where we can go run around. Lots of scenes. Okay, there we go. Let's get into the mall really fast, and then we'll call it good. We'll jump to the next game. And I think we're still carrying our purse. There we go. Here's where we go. And the stream is running okay, it looks like. Good. I was a little worried. Like I said, we've been back and forth on the internet so much, I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen today. Is this another scene? God, too many scenes. Too many scenes. They're good games, though. They're entertaining. Another scene. And another scene. Okay, there we go. I think we might be able to get out into the mall. There might be one more scene before we actually can just go run around, but let's give it a try. I think this will do better than a purse. Okay, what's going on? Now, we could make a mop and a bucket weapon, I think. I don't know. It's all about crafting. If you never played them, ooh, a sledgehammer. Yeah, it's all about crafting. You craft crazy weapons, and it's just basically how unique you can wipe out zombies. Now, this one, again, if you've never played it, takes place in a fictional Las Vegas, and it's you're basically in one of the casino's malls, essentially. And you were essentially on a reality TV show about like taking out zombies. You were riding a motorcycle with double chainsaws. So yeah, we can see a decent amount of zombies on the screen at one time. Obviously, when you're close to them, there's only, I don't know, maybe 20 to 30 up front. But there's areas where you can see, really decent amount, like way down there. It's hard to make them out, but I mean, there's probably, I don't know, 100 in front of us. Not all moving at once, though. So, they did a good job. All right, well, just remember 3, giving the problems with co-op. Yeah, that's one of the issues. Although, we got it running just fine. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's see if we can swing some bats and weapons. Now, it's not like Dark Souls. You just swing. There's nothing special about that. Got me ready. Ooh. Oh, I thought I broke it already. There you go. Yeah. Runs just fine. Okay, let's jump to the next game. Again, we're going to go with the first 4 are going to be on Steam Deck today, and then we're going to try to download Star Wars Jedi Survivor. See if we can't get that done. Let's jump out. Let's take a look at... let's jump in and take a look at Mega Man, and then we'll do Nioh 2 after that. And then we'll do Call of Duty. And then hopefully at the end of the show, we'll be able to do the Star Wars. Now, Mega Man is not going to push anything. Ooh, that's really loud. See, that's the difference. Let's see if it works better down here. There we go. The Mega Man Legacy Collection. So Capcom started doing... These are all on sale as well. I don't know what they are right now. I think they're pretty cheap as well. So Dead Rising was, what, $5.99. Mega Man Legacy Collection is $5.99 as well. So nice cheap deal that you can grab on Steam during the spring sale going on right now. And we're not sponsored by Steam. We're sponsored by Humble, but not by Steam. So, but Steam is the cheapest place to go get the games right now, as far as I know, except for Nioh 2, which we will talk about that when we're playing that one. So, you do have you can actually change it to Rockman. So for the Japanese, more traditional Mega Man, which is Rockman, you can do that. You can do Mega Man logoing and all that stuff. You can do some adjustments, but realistically, the game's going to run best. Well, it's going to look the best in the 4:3 aspect ratio, or 2:3, one of the two, and then, or 3:2 or 4:3. I'm not sure which one. I think it's 4:3 is what it is. But these are all 8-bit ones, so I think it's Mega Man 1 through 6 on here. Again, we don't really need VSync, so let's turn that off. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the games. You get Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Mega Man 2 is probably the best Mega Man. So we'll take a look at that one first. Jump right in. Now, I have the screen. It's basically filling it up. So it's expanded. It's not pixel perfect. It's expanded the image to fill the top and the bottom. And then there's this border that kind of resides on the left and right, which you can turn on and off if you don't like that. But each of those have that little tweak. Now, you can make it widescreen, and we'll take a look at that. It looks ugly. It's not anything what anybody remembers, kind of thing. So nobody would want to play it that way, I don't think. And there we go. That's the original score that we all look for if you like these Mega Man games. I'll bump that up just a hair. There we go. There's really just super difficult and extremely difficult. That's how it works. What is my... There we go. I don't know why I put it on difficult. I wasn't wanting to. So... Of course, with Mega Man, and I'm not going to go through the games, but you can start with any character you want, right? Like it's really your choice. I don't even remember is it Airman you start with first is the easiest way. And then once you've defeated all of them, you jump to Dr. Wily, and essentially it just all 6 games that come with it will work very similar. But yeah, you've got no problem here. About his little horns. Oh, I couldn't make it. These games. It's just never ending. They won't stop. There we go. Oh, and then everything, when you get hit or when you pick up a health, like the screen just freezes. So it makes it even worse. You can, like I said, go into your menu. You can go in and make it wide or original. So here's the original pixel, I guess it'd be pixel perfect layout. right here. So your border, your background, you know, kind of does make up a little bit of the space. Oh, that almost got me. Can I make that jump? No, I can't. It's just all about how difficult and how horrific you can jump. God, it's been so long since I played one of these. I actually chose these because I was thinking everybody would want to see the newer one. Not the older one. I like the older one as well, but the newer one is the RPG version. If you never played it, Mega Man actually was an RPG with, I think, Battle Network is what it was called. The Mega Man Battle Network, something or other. Long titles. You know, that's basically what they're all about over at Capcom. So you could actually, those just came out. They were Game Boy, I think Game Boy only games. Missed it. Let's do wide now. So just wait. Well, take the border off so you can see what that looks like. Oops. There we go. So border, you're just gonna have a black screen essentially. There's nothing more, nothing special that you're gonna be taking a look at. And then if we go widescreen, it does the stretching, right? So it does fill the screen, but it's super stretched out. I don't think many people would want to play this way, even if you didn't play these when they were on the Super or on the regular NES. I don't think you would even want to play this way. It just looks odd. Let's see if we can't get a little bit further. Ah, those spikes get you every time. Or the jumping will. One of the two. So again, Mega Man, there's nothing really going to be too pressing on Mega Man titles, especially in a Legacy collection. They're just 8-bit games that were optimized and put into a pack. But it plays well. We can take a look at another one here really fast. Let's jump back to the... let's go back to... Oops. Let's go back to the... select is A... Why doesn't it go back? Oh, return to the game. I meant to hit quit. That's why. There we go. There are some other things. So the database, they talk about that. The museum, which I don't think I've unlocked anything. Oh, no, you get it anyhow. It's just some art, stuff like that. But let's go back in. Oh, it jumped me right back into here. Let's go back. And then back. There we go. Let's take a look at 6. That would have been the latest one, or the newest, I guess. So this would have been what on the Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. Oops. Not much of a change though. I mean, obviously there's a little bit more fidelity in the 16-bit era, but let's go ahead with Blizzard Man. They put all those fancy screens in front of it. And you should have... No, it doesn't actually have. I thought it did have that scrolling effect that you would see the background move. Parallax scrolling, I think it's called. Excuse me. No parallax scrolling. Every other damn 16-bit game had parallax. It was parallax everywhere. Come on, you seal. Get out of here. I think they started making Mega Man games far easier as you went on. Not that this is easy to me, but like, I think that was kind of the idea. Oh, we're on ice. Let's do that. Come back. I think I've got those humble notifications in chat going too often. I just saw another one pop up. That was not the idea. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, can't get through there. But yeah, you can see a little bit of weirdness with this. Let's put the, oh, Oh my God. Let's go in and just put it on full. I don't think we'll see that now. Where it was like, as we were moving, it was doing something weird. Like it was, you know, on the edges, it was kind of like jittering. I don't know if that's what you call it. It's still doing it. That's the unfortunate thing with emulation, right? It's not going to be exact, but I can't remember if that's the way it was on the Super Nintendo anyhow. Let's get rid of this seal, go back through, just do another rundown, and then we'll jump to the next game. Oh, you can't slide under it? I thought you could. Nope, Mega Man can't slide. Okay, anyhow. There's Mega Man. Legacy Collection. Let's jump out of that. Let's jump to Nioh 2. So Nioh 2, the one thing I wanted to say about that. Nioh 2 right now, if you like Nioh, Nioh 2 is more of the same but better, I think. I think it was really a good showing. So Nioh 2 on sale. I'm just going to say this. Nioh 2 on sale is over on Steam right now is $29.99. This game doesn't normally drop. The cheapest I've ever seen is about $20, something like that. But right now, the company that is our partner, our sponsor, is Humble Bundle. And if you check out Humble, they've got a deal right now where you can get Nioh 2 in their Humble Monthly Choice. You only sign up 1 month at a time. You could do a full year if you want to save $1 per month. But if you just do a month at a time, you can cancel at any time. It's $12 for all 8 games. So you get Nioh 2, you get, oh, I'm trying to scroll on the wrong thing. There we go. You get Saints Row, the latest Saints Row. You get Citizen Sleeper, you get Badlands, and you get Solstice. I think there's 2 more. There's a After Image, Destroyer, and then Warhammer Realms of the Ruin. So you get all 8 games for that $12, and then you also get to donate to charity, as well as some of it goes to the channel, and then it also gets you 20% off anything in their store for the month that you're a member. So if you sign up today, it'd be 30 days from today. Any games you buy, you could get up to 20% off, is how they say it. So it's actually a good deal. Right now with the Steam sale going on, majority of the games are probably cheaper on Steam, but Nioh 2 has never been this cheap, right? Because you get the game plus the other 7 games for $12. I don't think I've ever seen Nioh 2 go on sale for less than $20. And that's like buying it from, what's it called? Geek something online store. I can't remember. It's like a Best Buy. Well, I can't remember it. I don't know. Anyhow, and that was only one time I've seen it on sale there. But here you get it for $12, plus you get Saints Row, plus you get Warhammer Realms of the Ruin. The link is in chat. If you click on that, that will support the channel. It's essentially our affiliate link, and it is the one that says support the channel and save money and donate. So it's the actually that one's for the store. Sorry, there's 2 in there. The one that says membership in the URL, get 8 awesome games for like $12. That one, and I'll just see if I can call it up here again. That one is the one that will take you to the membership page. It's just Humble Bundle, I think. ! Humble Bundle. Should bring it up. I think it will. Yeah, that's it. So that link that just came up, if you click on that, the channel gets supported. They're a partner of ours. We've been partners. I've been partners with them for probably 7 years. I think something like that, over on Twitch and then over here on YouTube. And now we're streaming on Twitter or X and also on Facebook. So appreciate the support. It's always a super awesome thing that helps the channel and helps pay for the games that we show on here. The other thing would be the ability to shop in the store. Like I said, their store pretty much has every game from Steam. You can also get Switch games on there, but you get the most percentage. You get if you're a member, you get like that 20% off, even on pre-orders. So like Dragon's Dogma, stuff like that, which it's a pretty good deal. So when the Steam sale's not running, there's always this, and then you'll know you're supporting the channel when you see that up on the top. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get out of the discussion about buying the game and actually check out the game's performance. So this is Nioh 2 on the Steam Deck Oled. So with Nioh 2, they added in some nice features. They adjusted some stuff. The game looks really good. I mean, it plays, and we may have to, I can hear it. Okay. I was going to say, we might have to adjust the actual volume, but it seems like it's pretty good right now. So even on low settings, now it does support HDR, which I'm going to turn HDR off. I might have it off already. Let me just check the Steam Deck. The reason why we want to turn it off right now is it's going to interfere with the streaming software, because I'm not streaming in HDR. It's going to look blown out. So let's see. Display. Do we have it off? SDR, HDR. SDR brightness on HDR. That's not what we want, though. Oh, enable HDR. Okay. So I don't think it says it's enabled, but I don't think it is. I think the card knows that it's not enabled, so we should be okay. And then graphic settings. So we're playing 720. Obviously, you can go 800p on this. You've got pretty much everything turned down onto low, but you will get close to 60 on the game. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll just continue from where I'm at. A lot of customization. It's very Souls-like in that sense. A little bit different, though, than Dark Souls. Not exactly the same, but very, very similar. And yeah, the game is great. Overall, you can do 3-player co-op on Nioh 2. And it's kind of a unique way that they do it. If I remember correctly, you can't co-op until you've beat the area. Once you've beat an area, then you can go back through and you can run co-op. If I remember correctly, they had that little change to it. So yeah, here we go. This is running 60 frames per second. All on low, though. Oh, good Lord, what is that? Let's go after him. You can change stances. There's 4 different stances, I think. And then you can do a kill shot. And you can fall off. I just ran off the edge. I don't know what to say. That's just normal. You can only co-op at boss fights. I don't believe so. I believe you can run co-op as long as you... Yes, you might be correct in that. You can co-op... You may be able to co-op in a boss fight if you haven't beat the boss yet. But you can run through, as far as I remember, through like if I beat this area, you and I could go run through if you had beat the area as well. There was some weird differences to Souls. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. And I'm not sure if we can see if that's correct or not here. Let's take a look. We may have to go back in. Because we have to... Oh, no, I haven't even beat this area, so it wouldn't even allow me to look at it. You hate these games. They're great. They're all fun. I enjoy them. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay, so we can change stances on Nioh. So you can do like a high, you can do a sheathed, you can do a low, or you can do a standard. We'll run up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, pretty much even, or actually let's go up here first, then we'll run back, and there's a mid-level boss that we can take a look at as well. Now, you can also use tons of weapons. This one has like, wow, 8 different weapon types, I think. I'm not sure if I have any extra weapon types with me. I do have the hatchets, I guess they would call them, like the two axes, I'm going to say. Let's run up and get this guy. There he is. So this isn't a mid-level boss. This is just a tougher enemy in the area. Now, your dodge or whatever on this, you can change the controls to be more similar, I guess, to Souls. But right now, A is... Oh, my God. He almost got me. I don't know if I'll get him. He is just destroying me. Get out of here. Oh, he got me there. But anyhow, you can do 8 different types of weapons, and then you have the 4 different stances. So, and then you can obviously get different weapon sets that have higher stats. So you can sit there and really do a lot of customization in Nioh. It's one of those games where it's just pretty endless, like it's even more than Souls, right, in that sense. This is your little temple here. We can pray at, do our saving, do our upgrades. Let's see. Call back. No, wait. That's... Call back the Guardian. Oh, that's if you die. Ah, there you go. This feature cannot be used offline. So I think I have chosen to play offline. Let's go back in and take a look. Really fast. Let's go back to the main title. I think that's what I set it up to be. There we go. And we'll just take a look at... So there's new system, continue, basic game. Let's see here. I don't see it there. HDR, menu settings, online. There we go. No limits, online. Epic Game Store, inheritable. I don't know what that means. Matchmaking with Epic Game Store version players. Inheritable. That's such a weird term. Same area within close range. Oh, no limits. Yeah, so that's what you would want. You will only be matched with users that are able to cross-play with the Epic Game Store. In addition, friend search for matching will be done. We're not going to matchmake or anything like that, but that's your settings that you're looking for. And then we can just jump in and play. But yeah, the game runs really well on here. There's not a lot of issues. Like I said, if you get it on the screen, you're playing it on device, looks really good. You probably will need to keep everything on low, though, to keep that 60 frames per second if you want that. And obviously, that's what I think everybody would want to, target. And I haven't beat this area, so I can't really do anything. But let's go take a look at the mid-boss kind of thing. He's down this way. And then we can jump to our next game, because what time are we? 10:44. We're through 3 of them. It's not too bad. There we go. There he is. He's pretty big. He's going to turn right when I get near him. There he is. That's what I thought. I think if you fight, like, close in range, he doesn't hit you as often. That's the case with most of these games. Just get really close. Stay right on their leg, and you can usually survive. He does have a pretty good, like, reach. Like, his run is pretty impressive. Let's switch to our sword. Oh my god, he flattened me. Okay, now I'm going to try to get in close on him again. There we go. I like how it says you're not required to engage with everybody. Why are you fighting this guy? I'm not going to beat him. But this is just to kind of show you performance. That's 60 frames still. Yeah, keep hitting him. Keep hitting him. Don't give up. I'm not going to beat him, but yeah. I don't have enough power. I haven't upgraded or anything like that. We're very early on in the game. This is like the beginning of the game. So that's Nioh 2. Again, if you like this type of game, it's an excellent game, and you can get it for like, I don't know, when you break it out, like $1.20. I don't know, something like that, $2 for if you do the Humble Bundle link in the chat. Okay, let's jump out of Nioh and let's go ahead and do Call of Duty. We'll knock that out, and then, like I said, what we'll end up doing is then we'll switch over to the Legion Go the rest of the time, and we'll let this try and download the remaining game, Star Wars, and see if it can. But here's Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Again, nothing special that we have to do with this one. This is one of the Call of Duties where you can actually play it, and it is playable. I don't think this one's verified, but it's playable. So you can go in, and it's just a couple things, like you got to adjust the what is it that you'd have to do? You'd have to adjust the resolution to match the 800p screen setting. You would have to go in and use the virtual keyboard if you want to type anything in. It doesn't call it up automatically with the controller settings, which is, again, something that doesn't take a lot. And at that point, that's the game functions fully. So it's actually nice. If you like Call of Duty, this is an excellent one. I haven't played the Modern Warfare 3, I think it is the most recent one. I've got it for the PlayStation 5, but I've never played it yet. And I enjoyed this one. I played around it a little bit on the PS5, and I've played it a little bit on the Steam Deck, more or less the story. I never really go for multiplayer on these, but, you know, multiplayer, I'm sure is functional. The zombies, those are always fun. I like the zombie parts. So this does have all that. In terms of graphics, let's just take a look. Let's get over here. You're pretty much on low the whole time. 720p, 60 refresh rate. Rendering, you could turn the rendering down and get a little bit more of a performance bump, but it's not too bad. Let's not do sync. And let's take a look at this. Now, high, let's move this down to medium. We'll do everything down to medium, and we'll see what kind of performance we can get here. I think it'll be okay. I think actually on high, you can almost get 60 for this. So let's go ahead and jump back. And we'll just go into the campaign where I was. And it's pretty much the second mission, I think, within the campaign. Something like that.
Where am I? It's okay. Calm down. Just relax.
There we go.
Fine. You're smarter than achieved our objectives. Man's always going to be better than machine.
I'm just going to speed through that. Let's see how the audio is. It sounds a little low. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. So yeah, we just, we're, still in bed, I guess? Hey, there's the guy from Law & Order. I think we're still in the hospital, and they're doing some kind of Neuralink where he's like appearing in my mind while I'm being operated on. They're putting like new arms and legs on my guy. See if we can't speed. I don't know if we can skip this or not.
Train go boom.
I guess not.
You remember Diaz? I think so. He's gonna help get you up to speed on some of the cool new shit you can do.
I can look a little bit left and right. Yeah, everybody's got robotic arms in this one. And legs.
Brother. We all gotta be in sync. Yo, Taylor, you're a fucking dick. You didn't hear shit? If I want to talk to you, the DNI transmits on a closed channel. I don't even have to think about it.
It's an interesting way that they've done this one.
If you ever think about calling Taylor a dick for real, brother, he's gonna mess you up worse than those robots. All right, let's go see if you can do this without ending up as Swiss cheese like those poor bastards.
Look at these guys. Oh, there it goes. Like an augmented reality almost, like VR augmented reality. I don't know. They do a little bit of everything. But yeah, I mean, 60... Ooh, jeez. You've got a little bit of, like, extra boost with those robotic legs. There's a couple guys. I'm not good at these games, so we should have Dakota Shea playing them. Get that guy a little heat. Oh, somebody's shooting me from somewhere. Where? Oh. Oh, this guy. Jeez, look at him. I was like, where's the shooting coming from? But yeah, I mean, in general, being able to play, this would be, you know, I was playing yesterday mostly on battery as well. I wasn't plugged in. So, you know, you get a pretty good experience even without being plugged in the whole time. It was 60 frames. And it was on high, so let's take a little bit and bump this up. We'll see exactly what we can get out of this. So right now, let's do, we're not even going to bump anything down. Let's do high, high, and high. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's 60 right there as well. Now, obviously, a mobile internet connection or whatever you're going to play on could be a little bit different. It could have some impact to performance. Oh yeah, your tactical mode. I was playing yesterday on Steam Deck. It runs pretty well. Yeah, it does. It does. I was impressed with this one. It actually runs really well. And it's something nice that you can, you know, just take along. Is it Zinky? Welcome, Zinky. Lowered the TDP to 9 watts and still getting 60. You got it down to 9 watts. That's impressive. Yeah, I mean, I didn't lower the TDP, so I was just playing on what the standard was, getting 60. I didn't really look at like where the battery is. Were you playing on a an OLED or were you playing on the original like LCD models? I'm just curious how much battery you were looking at. Maybe in 2 hours, something like that, 2.5. OLED now. Okay. So maybe 2.5 on the OLED? Let that one blow up. Move around. 3 to 4 on 100% battery. That's, yeah. That's nice with that low low usage. At least 3. That's what I'd figure, like 2.5, 3 on the OLED. Can I jump all the way over? No, I can't. I have to do the little runs. The first intro part, there's a lot of explosions, stuff like that. Lots of stuff going on. It was 60 the whole way through, so yeah, they did a really good job with this one. I'm just kind of running around to the areas. We'll take a look at zombie mode as well. Oh, come on. See everybody behind the wall. I was trying to get out of the way of that thing. I always forget to try and throw it back, so. Okay, let's take a look at zombie mode. We kind of got in here a little ways. Lots of enemies. Activity. You can see it bumping a little bit down, like down to 60, but we are playing on high. If we were on medium, I don't think we'd see it bounce at all. And there's really not too much of a difference, I don't think, between high and medium. So let's jump out of here and then go in and check out the zombie mode. But yeah, being able to take this, because I know for a period of time, well, there may still be one or two of the Call of Duty games that you can't play at all because of or you can't play online because of the anti-cheat that they're using. So I think there's some things that you just can't get around. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So let's see. What do we got? Shadows of Evil. So many. Let's just do this one since it's downloaded, I think. Now, rain effects. Is it going to make any difference? Speed through it. Come on.
I yelled at you real bad. I know I said some things I shouldn't have said. But I was just angry.
Okay. Let's see. This was my favorite one. I remember this was not Call of Duty 3 only, right? Or Black Ops 3. This was in 2. I thought. I don't know. I forget all these.
Hey, you okay?
Let's see. Are there any zombies to shoot? I know they've got the gumball machines, right? Let's do that. What do we get?
This isn't regular gum. What makes you feel different?
Swiftly. Okay, well, let's just keep working our way down until we find something to shoot. I hear them. There we go. God, they did such a good job with these.
I take it that's a good thing.
I never really played too much Call of Duty, but when I did, it was mostly this. You know, mostly the zombie modes.
This can't be happening.
We can open more. Do I have? I don't even know what I have. 670. I guess we just gotta wait. Oh yeah, that's right. You can board them up. It's not really going to be super. I don't know. Can we even? I hate to try to jump online, but because just Starlink usually is not that great. But can we just try to join like a game quickly? Maybe we'll be okay. Let's just jump back out. We'll see what it looks like when we're playing. Bit of online, but I won't do it for too long because, again, I don't know how good Starlink will do with the stream at the same time as we're trying to play a match. My foot pedal. I don't keep my foot on the pedal to mute. I kind of like just move it down. I always hit the wrong thing. All right, let's see. Can we join a public? Let's see if we can do that. Need 2 players to be ready. Ready up. I forgot what's his name was in it. What is his name? The guy that plays the voice in Fallout. Why can't I think of him? He was in like Sons of Anarchy as well. That's how it is.
You bear the mark. You are cursed.
Okay, there we go.
You fucking talking to me?
Still getting a nice 60. I'll let them unlock it. I don't want to screw things up if they're trying to do it in a strategic way. I just kind of go run and gun. Should be guys coming through here. Hold to become beast. Oh, there we go. And we can board those up, right? Yeah, not bad to be able to play on the go. Especially, like, even, like, with Starlink, which never works with anything. Starlink is just... It plays online, but it's just not, like... I'm surprised that it's handling this with the stream. It may not be. We may have crashed, to be quite honest. But I'm going to jump out. So we're going to call it good there. Let's see. Are we still streaming? Or did it crash? I think it crashed. It says we're live, but it's not live, as far as I can tell. That's okay, because it's recording, and it'll go up afterwards. So if it doesn't actually go through, it's just another challenge that we're dealing with Starlink. So let me shut down here and see if we can't boot that stream back up if it's not running. So let's go ahead and close the game. What am I thinking of? Exit. And then we'll jump over. We're going to jump over to the Legion Go anyhow, so it's kind of like a good break here. But let me just see if the stream is still running. I don't know if it is. Because it looks like... No, it looks like it's still running. Okay. I thought it had crashed because whatever restream is showing me shows that it's crashed. I don't know. We're still live as far as I know. Okay. Anyhow, let's jump to the Legion Go. Let's do that. So Legion Go, let me wake it up. And actually, yeah, let me wake this up. There we go. So now we're on the Legion Go. We're going to take a look at Jedi Survivor first. But before we go any further, let me switch and make sure that Jedi Survivor is trying to download on the Steam Deck here really fast. Again, apologize that we didn't have it up and running. What is it doing? It's trying to fire up Call of Duty again. Okay. It just wasn't able to download throughout the week. I just didn't have enough bandwidth at the house here. So, I need to do that. And then we'll just fire up Jedi Survivor right now. And get this going. So this is on Windows. So obviously this is the Legion Go. A little bit different in terms of that. It's got to do some shader updating. So give it a second here. We may see that this is one of those ones that hides what it's trying to do in the background. So even though it says play, I think the game is running, if I'm not mistaken. So give me one sec. It's a little tricky the way EA does things with their launcher and with this game specifically. So if we go down here, preparing the game, you can see EA is doing something in the background. So I'm hopeful it's going to launch, but let's give it a second. It's a weird thing. They have their launcher. It gets in the way. The system loses focus in Windows. So it's kind of launching in the background and not in the foreground where we can see it. It looks like it's not launching. I'm going to guess it's not launching. So let's try it again. Let me put my controller on here. Are you going to launch? Yeah, it can be tricky, like getting this thing to run. It's not the greatest experience. Okay, it's not doing it. Yep, we're still there. But I need to get my controller trying to do... It's trying to do something in the background. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. It's trying to launch it in the background, but it's not working right now. Let's try it again. It does this. And then, like, if we switch screens, there we go. See, EA's trying to load something. And it's being a pain. It's trying to load it twice. And I don't know. These launchers. This is something that nobody needs, but everybody has to deal with. Yep, the stream looks like it's gone down now. Yeah, it looks like we have. I think 1080p on the stream was just a little too much for it. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is it's going to take forever for me to upload this footage. So the stream is going to be delayed for everybody to view it. But yeah, like I think Starlink basically gave up is what happened. So I don't know if I can refire that up or not. Let's see. We're going to try. Okay, now it's back up and live, but it's still having a little bit of a issue. There we go. Is it Sesha Sari Makarishna? Welcome. Welcome. We're just having a little bit of a stream buffering issue, and I don't know if it's actually caught back up. I tried to do something that I normally don't do, which is 1080p today. Normally, I don't try to do that, but I wanted to test and see since I redid our network here, and it doesn't look like it's worked. So it looks like we're actually doing... We're going to have to bounce down to only 720p again for the streams, which is fine. Not worried about it. I can see the stream is up again, which is good, but it's all screwed up. So I'm going to have to upload the footage and everything. I tried to do an online while I was doing streaming, which kind of threw it off. But anyhow, back to Jedi Survivor. Have we been able to launch? No, we're still stuck. This is the Legion Go. We're showing the Legion Go right now. And we're stuck getting Jedi Survivor to launch due to the EA client just not wanting to do it. I'm going to put it in the foreground. So we're going to bring it to the front. We'll see if it'll actually go. It might be going now. I guess third time's the charm for EA stuff. It's trying. I hear music. That's a good sign. Yeah, this is part of the dilemma with Windows on these devices. It can be really rough. It's running somewhere. There it is. Let's see what it does. Last time I know it was having some trouble because it was trying to like load in the shaders and pre-cache the shaders. So I think it's done with that. Nope. It's got to go back in and optimize. So we'll see how long this takes. I don't know. Given that we still are trying to download it on the Steam Deck, it might be a good thing. It takes this long. But again, if we do have any crashes on the stream or anything like that, the backup, it's been recorded. So I record the entire 2 hours. So I can always put that up once I have uploaded it. So even though the stream kind of broke up on us, we will still be able to, everybody will be able to watch the on-demand once it goes up today. But yeah, this takes a little bit of time. I noticed this when I first ran it on the Legion Go. It does take it a bit to do the performance optimization, which as far as I know, it's just caching the shaders. But the lesson for next week, for the next show, is we're only going to do 720p. We will not try to do 1080p any longer, which is fine. All right, let's see. And I'm hoping the graphics card's not giving us problems again. The graphics card that I'm using is an AverMedia, and it does some funky things as well with these games. So let's see. And we're going to use mouse and keyboard, I think. We'll go ahead and try that. Yep. I'm not usually using mouse and keyboard, but on the Legion Go, it tends to make it easiest to run the game when we're doing the stream. Visuals. So everything's set to low. This game does take a little bit, right? It is a little bit demanding. We will try to run it at 1080p, see what we get, and then we'll try to lower it down, because I think if we were to put it down to, say, 720p, I think it's actually going to give you 60 frames per second, or close to that. Oh, modify 1080p. It says 1200, but I think that's because it thinks we're using the full screen of the Legion Go, which is, it's like 2560 by 1600. So it's a, what would that be, 16 by 10 ratio? So I think it's trying to do that, but I wanted to keep it at like 1080p. See if we can get that. We've got ray tracing turned off. We will turn on VSync because we're going to be below 60, or the screen refresh rate. And we've got AMD's FSR2 on Ultra. So everything's low. We're using FSR2. Let's go ahead and give it a try and see what it does. I was getting, with these same settings when I was playing it, device not plugged in, I think I was getting around 40 frames per second, something like that. Now, this is, if I remember correctly, late stage, 85% done, something like that. So, is it Cal? I think it's Cal. He's got pretty much everything that he needs. So there's 38. As it loads in, I mean, obviously it's going to take a little bit, but I'm afraid also that this Legion Go is going to cause a problem with that capture card. It tends to have some issues. See how we're running at like 50 frames per second? The Legion Go does not like this capture card. It's jerky, right, in that sense. Let me try this really fast. I'm going to unplug it, and we're going to see if I can plug it in without having to restart that capture card. Because when I restart the capture card, it screws up the audio of the stream. Nope. I've got to get rid of that capture card. It's just not doing it justice. See how it's jerking? That's not the game. That's the actual capture card doing that. And if I restart it, it's going to just screw up all the entire screen's audio. Let me think really fast. Yeah, I don't think that I can change it. It's not doing the game justice either. And I know as soon as I do that, it's going to screw it up. Let me do this. Is there a way that I can go in? I'm going to make some adjustments here on the fly and see if we can't change the outcome here. So I've got to go into the editor, and let's see if I can stop the card and then reactivate the card, if that'll help us get this thing running correctly. Because it makes so much, the audio thing just drives me nuts because I don't know why it does that. I've probably got to I've just got to go with like a different one. 'Cause it's an older card that only captures 1080p, but at like 60 FPS. But that's all we need for this. So I'm always trying to like just keep that running because I don't want to throw, money that we don't have to throw out. Because usually I use the money that I make on YouTube for the games that we show. So if I go in and I deactivate it, I think that's going to kill it. Let's see if we can't do this. Okay, let's try and see if that helps us out at all. I'm actually going to use the Legion Go controller right now. Okay, I think it did fix it. Okay, the buffering on the card, I enabled it instead of letting it run auto, and it seems like it's running now. Okay, good. So let me switch back to our other layout. Although the audio sounds like it's screwed up still. I think it did screw up the audio, just even enabling that. Oh, there's no way to get around it. I don't think so. All right, see. I think I've just got to invest in a new card to capture the Legion Go. All right, let's walk through here a little bit. So yeah, this is around 40 frames per second on the Legion Go. This is all low. This is with FSR 2 at ultra performance. Still looks like it's... Well, I think that it actually is the game itself. Okay, let's let it load up out here. This game's a tough one to run. It's, like I said, 130 gigs. It takes up a lot. And it's also, like, really tough. So we're getting, like, 30 frames per second in the more open areas. Not the best picture, but let's do one thing here. Let's go ahead and see if we can drop this down. Now, this is the... whoops, let me get in here. This being the Legion Go, and we were trying to run it at 1080p. We have the ability to drop down to 720p, obviously, so let's go ahead and try that. See if we get a little bit more performance ceiling that we can deal with. There is a trick that you can also do to the Legion Go, which is to drive it to where it'll do like 60 frames per second. Let me reconnect this really fast. It lost the signal. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if it'll pick it up. Otherwise, I've got to like refresh the card here. Oh, there it did. It picked it up. Good. There is a performance adjustment you can make if you modify your BIOS, if you go in and adjust your BIOS. So you can get it to do like 65 watt or 60 watts, up to 60 watts, which is like really throwing a lot at that integrate or the eGPU, right? Or the integrated GPU. Now we're getting 40. We're 40s. This isn't too bad at 720p. But truly, it's not even 720p because we're at 720p and then we're on ultra performance. So it's like 480 or less, 320, something like that. But yeah, this game, very hard to get running well on these devices. I mean, I guess if you want to play at 30 frames per second, it's going to run okay, but it's not maybe going to look the best. How's that sound? In some of the enclosed areas, it obviously picks up performance. But yeah, not the greatest experience on this one. Now, I don't think you would get any better performance on that new Intel one either. It does have more cores, but I don't think it can give enough power to everything at once. So like the Legion Go probably is going to be your best handheld device for this. we'll see what it does on the Steam Deck. Hopefully it finishes downloading there. But yeah, this is late game. Pretty much holding close to 30.
I know. Come on now. It'll be okay.
Depending upon what you're trying to get out of it. I mean, it's playable. Oh, I think you can always slide down. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at for performance of Jedi Survivor on Legion Go. So let's go ahead and take a look at our next game. Such a big game. This thing is so heavy in terms of like size and demand on what it needs. It's a good game, but just demanding for these like more portable devices. But let's see. Let's take a look at. Do we want to go kind of in order? We'll take a look at Dead Rising 2. That's what we started looking at on the Steam Deck earlier. And then we will end with hopefully the Steam Deck. Let's see how good, where are we at with it downloading. It's not even halfway there. That's unfortunate. It's still got a ways to go. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to see it on the Steam Deck, but what I will do, I will create a real view video of it running on Steam Deck OLED. And I'll do that today and publish it probably Monday. Maybe tomorrow. Depends on how long it takes to upload the recording of the live stream, because we had it drop out on us. So I want to like upload the recording so you get the full thing. But yeah, depending upon the schedules and all that, Monday at the latest, maybe tomorrow, I'll have this up for the Steam Deck OLED so people can see it, because I just don't think it'll download in time. It's still got an hour on it. Such a big game. Okay, let's go back to the Legion Go. Let's take a look at our next game. This happened before as well. It just does not want to let go. Oh, there it did finally. Okay. Come on. Catch up. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I got to switch accounts here really fast. So we're over here. I forgot to jump out of one account to another. So it will just take 1 second. This was on my kid's account, so I was using their account to actually play instead of my normal one, because I don't want to buy it twice. We already own it on PS5 as well. Come on. My God, that thing just really did a number on the Legion Go. Like trying to run that game has just caused it to flip out. Like it must have blew through all its RAM. I hope it'll run. I had to restart Steam on it. There, it's firing up. Give it 1 sec. There's not much else. I mean, right now, like I said, with this game, Jedi Survivor on the Steam sale, if you own the original one, which is what, Jedi Outcast? Is it Outcast? Is that, or am I just saying that? Because I don't know for sure. Let me look it up. I just don't know if it is or not. I can't remember. Jedi Fallen Order. I keep saying Outcast because I think that was another one. Fallen Order. If you own Fallen Order and you buy Jedi Survivor right now on the sale, I think you can get it for $29 or $28 on Steam for the spring sale, which is not bad. Like, you know, if you were really looking to upgrade or get the second one you had been holding off, or you had to go get a new hard drive to put it on because of the size, then you get it for about half the price, which is, you know, solid deal. Now let's see if I can log back in. It's starting up. There we go. Now I'm in my account. Okay, let's give it just a second to load in. And then I got to fix this part. Nope, it's fixing itself. There we go. Okay, so now once we're in there, we can do Dead Rising 2. And hopefully my controller will work again. For some reason, I've had some issues with this 8-bit do Ultimate controller and the Legion Go. It just does not like the Bluetooth. I don't know if I have to resync everything. It doesn't care for it. It's just not functioning correctly. Yeah, it's like doesn't want to see like it sees some of the buttons. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. I don't know why. It does a little bit of a weird thing, and then sometimes it does double inputs. And it sees it as a Switch controller as well, which is weird. So, anyhow, the game itself, so Dead Rising 2, we showed it on the OLED. The OLED ran at 60 frames per second, high settings, no problem. There is no concern that the Legion Go is going to not run it correctly either, but we'll probably be able to run it at 1080p instead of 720p. So that's kind of the benefit. We talk a lot about that on the channel here with the Legion Go. The Legion Go can pretty much do anything the Steam Deck can, but at 1080p. So the Steam Deck, if you can run a game at 60 frames per second on medium settings on the Steam Deck at like 720p or the screen resolution of 800p, then you're going to be able to run it at 1080p or 1200p on the Legion Go. That's basically how much power difference there is for the device. Yeah, there it goes again. It's not recognizing. It recognizes the menu button. That doesn't recognize the controller. So I don't know what that's about. Don't know. So let me just grab and move the device over a little bit. And we'll try doing it this way. Oh, well, this is a new thing. It's not doing anything either. Okay, let's try a keyboard. Keyboard will do it. Okay, we're going to do mouse and keyboard right now. Let's go down to options. And let's go to PC settings. So let's bounce this up to 1080p. Oh, so many settings. So many settings. Come on. There we go. We'll put it on 60 hertz. There we go. And then we'll leave VSync off. Everything else, let's bounce this up to high. We're not going to worry about blur effects. 16. Oh, the controller's disabled. That's why. That's weird. I don't know why. 8x multi-sampling. So, yeah, let's just jump in. The controller is not normally doing that. It's just something weird with this right now. It's probably that Jedi survivor threw it out of whack. Okay, so now we got 1080p. This is far better than what you would have seen on the 360, which is the platform it came out on. We're kind of in the exact same area that we were before. Oops, I need to throw the mouse on. There we go. Now we can play. And let's see if we can get out of this door. I've never played with mouse and keyboard. Get a nice 120 frames per second. Again, the Legion Go has a much higher ceiling in performance-wise. Just skip all this stuff. I'm just going to skip through so we can get to a point where there's some zombies. There we go. So right now, what, 40s? That's surprising. Should actually perform better than that. Let's take some of these guys out. $42. 26. I mean, you do have a little bit of drop when there's zombies in the area, so Well, there it's 56. There we go. Let's get our daughter first. And let's go into the mall area. I don't remember what we were seeing there, but I thought we were seeing like 60s? 50s, 60s? Okay, got Katie. Oh, we got to run with Katie. So now we're in the 60s, 110. I don't know. Maybe it was just a weird part of the loading there. There's 50s. God, mouse makes everything so jittery. Yeah, see, we're in, like, what? What is this? This is 1080p at 30s. Should be higher than this. Maybe it can't handle it. I mean, usually there's a much... Well, I don't know. This is an older game. It's not necessarily thing that's the same as all the other games. But it is an older game, so depends on potentially their optimization of when they released it. But let's do this. Let's jump out. We won't jump out. We're just going to adjust so many loading scenes. Another scene. Another scene. Another scene. Okay, finally. Let's do... it's going to be really high in here. But let's go down. Let's take a look at what else we can change. Is it on performance? That's another thing I forget to look at. Yep, it's on performance. It's getting the full 30 watts. There's no limiters, and it's on performance down there. Okay. It's definitely putting out some heat. Let's do this. We will drop this down to... I forgot you got to click it each time. Let's drop down to 16 by 900. Right? Yeah. Let's do that. 900p. See if that gives us a little bit more... that we can toy around with, so that we try to maintain like 60. Okay, good. Now we got to run out of here. I mean, we're getting 125 when there's nothing there, but I mean, obviously zombies are what the game's about, so you want it to perform at least better with them around. But we'll try to get out of this and move forward. Okay, there we go. This is about as fast as Chuck Green can move. He's a little slower. We have an axe. That's good.
Yeah.
Take a listen. Yeah, it's like really jerky when you're using a mouse. I don't know why. I'm not good with playing games with a mouse and keyboard. Even though I play on PC mostly, I usually play with a controller. Okay, so here we go. Now we're in the 60 range. With a lot of zombies in the mix. Oh, can we get the... This is a fun one. E. Oh, I wanted to push it. I don't want to throw it. Here, let me get behind it so we can maybe scoop up a zombie. Okay, let's drop that. How do we drop it? Drop it. Chuck, drop the thing. There we go. Okay, can we pick up the wheelchair, but don't... Okay, hit her. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can get against the goal. We want it to be sitting upright. There we go. There we go. There we go. God, is there just everything in the can everything get in my way? There. No. Ah, we crashed. This was the funny. I mean, some of the things you could do in this game was just really funny. Oh, am I hitting him? Yeah, there's my hatchet. I knocked it over again. I think we just gotta, like, forget about the dream here of being able to do something funny. Maybe not. Okay, come on. Work with me. Get out of here. He just shoved it in her face. Oh, these games. Now, whenever I hit something, I need to be out in the... I need to be out of here. Anyhow, let's get out of this. Okay, got it. Run, Chuck. Okay. We can see, I mean, like, if you've got it down, yeah, performance drops a little bit. It's actually a little bit more stable on the Steam Deck. If you go back and look at the video earlier, the Steam Deck actually held it at 720p at 60 frames per second, even with zombies. So I think Steam Deck just does a little bit better job with this title. It's running at a lower resolution. If we were to drop this down to 720p, I'm sure we would as well, but we shouldn't have to. This is not a super demanding game. It's like 2009, so it's like 15 years old. Something like that, 2010. But let's jump out of Dead Rising. Now, Dead Rising 2 is running for about $5.99 during the Steam sale, the spring sale. So not a bad game. Again, you can get it to lock in at 60. You just need to drop it down to 720p on this machine. Surprisingly, though, like I said, a lot of games you can run no problem at 1080p. That one, just not liking it. Let's go ahead and back out here. Let's go ahead and jump into, well, Mega Man. We were talking about Mega Man before. We won't spend too much time on Mega Man. Just show that it runs well, looks good. This is going to run at 1080p. It's 60 frames per second. Yeah, this one has a really loud audio too. Let me lower that. Let me drop that down just a little bit. There we go. So, you get 6 games with it. 3 of them, I think, are 3 or 4 are from the original NES, and then you get a couple that are from the 16-bit days. You do have some adjustments. You can change him from Mega Man to Rockman, which is what he's called in Japan. You can adjust the CPU a little bit, but that's about it. There's not a ton of, like, changes you can do. Oops, I think I threw it into windowed. Hold on. I did. Let's go full windowed. Great. Now I screwed it up. Just by touching one thing. Give me one sec. Let me get it on here. Full windowed. Now I'll plug it back in. Boy, you do one wrong thing with these streams, and it just flips out. There we go. I don't hear the audio now. One more issue. I don't know why. I hear audio there, though. Yeah, we have to restart if we want audio. Let's do that. Let's get it right. Yeah, I bumped it and made it windowed. There's audio. And then had to unplug and plug back in to get it to take the full screen, and then it killed the audio. So just one thing after another. Okay, there we go. Mega Man Legacy. We already looked at the settings. There wasn't much to change. We'll take a look at Mega Man 2, which is what we looked at on the Steam Deck. Both devices ran it just fine. No issues. This is probably, as far as I know, the best Mega Man. I don't know if that's exactly true, but everybody tends to agree this is a good one. Let's look at Bubble Man. We looked at some of the other. We looked at Woodman, Crash Man. The way these games work, if you don't know, you play essentially the different levels, and you can play them in any order, and usually you get something that helps you in the next round. So you kind of do this in a strategic way. Come on, frog. And they're just super difficult. Oh, great. Another frog. He's died. The jumping kills me in this game, especially with my arms in this weird position. Oops. There we go. You can, so you can see here, you can go in and adjust. So you can actually do original, which is like pixel perfect. You can do full, which is going to give you basically top to bottom, not left to right, with the 4:3 aspect ratio. And then if you really want to go crazy and not enjoy your gameplay, you can play wide. Fills the screen, stretches Mega Man out. I don't know anybody that really wants to play this way. But they give you the option. I'll let that little frog jump off. There we go. The jumping. The jumping. And then if you want to play like full mode, you can turn on a border. You can even do like your scan lines and stuff like that if you want. Let's go ahead and jump out of this Mega Man. And let's take a look at 6, which is on the 16-bit platform, which would be, you know, very similar to, I think the stream went down again. Unfortunately. It did. Which is unfortunate that the stream keeps going down. But, oh, God, I went in. But that's okay. We've got the backup recording. I just can't get one of these streams to do everything that I want. Just does not want to work with me. So here is 6. This is the 16-bit aspect, or this is this aspect ratio. 16-bit. So this would have been like Super Nintendo. Plant Man. We'll go check out Plant Man. A little bit fancier, but not too much. No parallax scrolling, which is a shame. Yeah, we are playing full, so you do have that, like I said, that border. And you can see some tearing around the edges. That's kind of just what it is. I kind of thought that they would fix that. Or want to get rid of that, but that's the emulation side of it. Whatever they're using for that. Now, I think we'd be able to drill down in if we went like with Drill Man to be able to get that one up and that health booster. Oh God, he's gonna kill me. Killed me. But that's you know, kind of what you're getting, right? 6 games. This is running $5.99 during the Steam sale as well, so not too bad. Go just a little bit back up to that guy. See if we can't take him down. And then jump to our next game, which we'll probably take a look at Nioh 2. I talked about that deal earlier. We're the channel's partnered with Humble Bundle, and Humble Bundle has a deal running on their monthly bundle for Nioh 2 and some other games. There we go, got him. And that deal is like $12, and you get Nioh 2 included in that, plus 7 other games. It's pretty impressive. If you like Nioh 2, or if you like Souls-like games, it's probably the best deal that you're going to get on that game right now, because I've never seen it go that low. Probably about $20. Right now, it's even on the Steam sale, it's like it's $29.99. So it's more costly to buy it on the Steam sale than it is to get the bundle. Well, there we go. That is that. So let's jump out of Mega Man. Let's take a look at our next game, which will be Nioh 2, we just talked about. But I can take that minute and I'll show you what I was talking about here. So if you go to, if you use, let me switch this over. If you use this link from Humble Bundle, you'll support the channel. And that gets you those 8 games for $12. It's month by month. You don't have to sign up for a year. You could if you want to save $1 a month, but if you sign up for the $12, you can cancel right away. You get your 8 games for Steam, and those games are, let me find it here, right here. It's right at the beginning. It's the choice, Humble Monthly Choice. So it's these 8 games right here for the $12 price point. You can see right there. You get to keep all of them on Steam. It's got Warhammer, Realms of Ruin, Nioh 2, Saints Row. These are the full games. And then you've got also Citizen Sleeper, Black Skylands, Solstice, After Image, and then Destroyer. So you get to keep all of those for that $12. Plus, you get access to some of their games that are in their vault. You only have access as long as you're a member. So if you just do the 1 month, you only get them for 30 days. And you get 20% off anything in the store, up to 20% off. That's how I say it, because it's not always that way. But up to 20% off anything in the store for that 30 days that you're a member. And if you go back here and you go to the store, you see you can pre-order Dragon's Dogma. And if I pre-order Dragon's Dogma, where's the basic one? The basic one is $68.99. I'm just going to make a birth date here. Come on. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. 1909. We're a little old. So you can see here, if I was a member, you would save $14 pre-ordering that. So that's the benefit you get out of that for that $12 that you pay one time. But you also get to donate to charity when you do that. And the channel gets support. So if you want to do that, you'll know that you're supporting the channel when it says thank you for supporting Fog up there. Use that link in chat and you can get that deal. And you can get Nioh for, I don't know, like $1.40 or whatever the number is. Let's jump over and take a look at how it performs on the Legion Go, though. So we already looked at it on the Steam Deck Oled earlier. We were getting 60 frames per second pretty much through the entire thing, even during bosses. Maybe it dropped down a little bit here and there, but in general, the game performs well. It was on low, though, I will say that, but it still looked good. The game's done very well, so it does perform. It's optimized. Koei Tecmo did a really good job optimizing it. It was originally on the PlayStation, and I think they had an exclusive period for a little bit, but then they brought it out to PC. So if we go down to System, let's take a look at what we're running here. So graphics-wise, we're at 1080p. We will drop everything down to low. Let's just set it low where it was, like it was on the Steam Deck OLED. And then let's go up here and bump this up to 100% rendering resolution. We'll go ahead and save, and we'll see where we get with 1080p. Now, we may need to make some adjustments, but let's just see if we can get something decent. Okay. We should be right. This is more towards the beginning area. So there's 45, 50s, and that's with it at 1080p. So there's 60s. So it's going to bounce around a little bit. So one thing that you could do, that rendering resolution, it's essentially like the way you would deal with FSR. If we go in, oops, nope, we don't want to return. We want to go there. If we go in, well, I guess we can't do that while we're playing. What we could do is go in and drop it down a little bit. So let's return to the title, make that adjustment. We'll drop it down to maybe 75%. See if we can get to there and see what that looks like. Now, you could always just go 720p on the Legion Go, but I like to try and see if we can get fidelity out of it because it does have more power. It just depends on the game if you can get that 1080p versus 720p at 60. But let's go in, see if we can go to graphics settings, and let's adjust this. So we either get 100 or 50. Let's do 100 because that would probably put us Or let's do 50. That would probably put us at like 900p, maybe, something like that. So you're not truly getting the 1080p, although you see it. You're getting like 900p. Or maybe 720p. It might be 720. I'm not 100% sure. But you can kind of see what the quality is going to look like. So now 60p is not hard to maintain, right? Like we're right, or 60 frames per second is not really super difficult to maintain. We're right at it. 59. We'll see this big boss coming up here, what it looks like. Again, Steam Deck ran this one like a champ on 720p. There it is. So there's kind of the mid-level boss. I'll never beat him because I haven't upgraded anything at all. You have, and I was saying this earlier, you know, Nioh gives you a couple of neat things. You get 4 different stances. You have a high, a low, medium or normal, and then you've got your sheathed stance, and then you have roughly about like 8 or so weapon types that you can use, and then obviously stat improvements for those weapon types. So there's a lot of customization in Nioh, in the Nioh series. It's not just this one. I think the original Nioh had considerable amount of upgrades you could do to your character and customization, things like that. There we go. We'll go up this route. But you can see, I mean, even when we were fighting the bigger mid-boss, they had no problem with it on the settings here. But again, we're probably playing close to 720p. Even though we're at 1080, but we're using a resolution. We've lowered the resolution internally like FSR would. Now here's tougher guy. I don't know if we can beat him or not. No, he's pretty tough too. Oh, he stunned me. I gotta get away. Run. I think I stunned him. Oh, but he threw something at me. Yeah, you can see. I mean, the performance, pretty solid. You get a chance to play co-op. I think you can do up to 3-player co-op on Nioh 2. So that's a nice benefit, right, to be able to play the game. So Nioh 2 runs smooth. Like I said, right now you can get it for a really decent deal. And it's probably the best price that it's been out in the market. Now, I don't know if they're getting ready to do a Nioh 3. They may be. Usually that's when you see a lot of games go into that humble monthly, is when they're getting ready to do like a next version, right? Like, you know, their second game or their third game of that franchise, because they want people to be familiar with it, and then they can obviously market to you through that game in the Steam page or whatever as well. So let's go ahead and jump out of here. We'll take a look at Call of Duty. And then we'll be left with 2 more games if we can do it. We're still waiting on this Steam Deck to download. It's got 26 minutes to download Jedi Survivor. So what we'll probably do is play Contra, because I wanted to show that as the game that I picked for the week. So that's Contra Operation Galuga. What we'll try to do is show Contra on the Legion Go, and then we'll see after that if it's finished downloading. And then we'll check it out as our last game of the day. There we go. Let's take a look. So this is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This game runs great on the Steam Deck. There's no issue. It's playable. There is some things like you've got to adjust the screen resolution to like 800p, and then you've got to tell it. Sometimes you got to call up the virtual keyboard to like do some input. But that's really it. The game is completely playable on the Steam Deck where you're playing zombies. Everything should be playable on the Legion Go as well because it's a Windows machine. There is no concern that the anti-cheat is not going to work with the current Windows device here. There was always the concern. There's a few Call of Duty games that do not run for online on the Steam Deck because the anti-cheat isn't compatible. But from the vote this week, this was the most popular by far, even above Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the most recent game. People were all wanting to see this one. This one I think this got 59% of the vote, I believe, versus because it was up against like Modern Warfare 3, it was up against World War II or WW2, and then Modern Warfare 2, I think that was the other one. So yeah, no problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at the settings. In terms of settings for this, graphics wise, we're going to try at 1080p, 60 hertz refresh. It does have the rendering resolution, but let's try to do 1080p. I'm just curious if it'll hold that. We're not going to sync frames. Let's go high, everything else. Yeah, let's see where we end up on this. Oh boy. How we've done it. We've made a change and it's flipped out. No. Okay. Let's see how we do here. I think I may just switch my external controller to a 360 or an Xbox One controller and just forget about this 8-bit do. It's just not working correctly with this machine. I don't know why. So we're at 59 at 1080p with no adjustment. We're not like limiting the resolution upscaler. Oh my God. Okay, let me get readjusted. It's just weird playing this way. All right. God, he was right in front of me. Let's turn our DNA thing on. Throw that right back. I should have killed that guy who was right next to it. Yeah, but I mean, just no issues here. I mean, this thing runs smooth. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit drop down, like 54. We could adjust it easily if we went in and made the changes like we've done with the other games. But I think you could pretty much hold 60 the whole way through. At least plugged in, right? If you're on battery, you may want to consider like either doing the resolution upscaler or playing at 720p for this, and you'd probably get a little bit better. Probably get a little bit better performance on battery. But you can tell the actual Legion Go to do 30 frames or 30 watts. So it's not like you wouldn't get the same benefit as being plugged in. Boy, it just does not want to kill those guys. Well, one's on fire. Okay, there we go. Just work our way down.
DNI doesn't just help us communicate with each other. It allows us
Oh, that's
to
right. This guy can just pop up wherever he wants.
including pretty much all the basic drone units. Now,
But yeah, I mean, that's the campaign, kind of working your way through. Let's jump out. I am not going to do the online because that's what threw the stream and made it crash before, because it really can't handle that. But that's, overall, you should be no problem. Online does not affect the frames per second or anything like that. So the game runs really well. It actually runs better than I would have thought, given, how good the game looks, the technical upgrades they do every year, things like that, you would think that it would push these machines a little harder, but actually Call of Duty Black Ops 3 works just fine. Let's take a look at Contra. Again, we're going to try to see if that Steam Deck will download the remainder, but Contra Operation Galuga, this just came out. It's one that I picked to show. I did receive the game from Konami for to make a video for it, which I made too. It was provided to the channel at no cost, and I made the videos for that. And just so you know that they did deliver this game, and we're showcasing it on here again. They didn't ask me to. I just really had fun with it. I thought it was really good. I made the two real world videos or real view videos for the Steam Deck and the Legion Go. Both played really well. The game runs 60 frames per second, but I like the game. I thought it looked really good, and it actually is pretty fun. So figured we'd showcase it on here this week as my game of the week, right? And I always, what that is I always pick a new game that comes out that week to showcase on the live show. Now, next week, we've got a bunch of games to look at. And I am going to be down at GDC, so I don't know how many of the new game videos will actually be able to get up. I don't know if I'll be able to record any while I'm down there. I'm thinking about taking my iPhone camera rig and everything to do the real view videos. It's just going to look weird because it's going to be probably like a hotel mahogany desk or a glass table or something like that instead of the normal setup, but and probably not great lighting, I would imagine. Let's go with Bill. I think this is Bill. Bill and Lance, I think, are the two guys. I'm watching that Steam Deck. So, yeah, I mean, it's just basically an upgraded Contra. Pretty much, I don't. It's not one-to-one with like the original one, but there's some things that you'll go at the beginning and go like, oh, that looks just like the original game. You get some power-ups for your different machine guns. Obviously, your spread machine gun. You can take some hits. It's not a one-hit kill now. You still got the double jumps. There is co-op. So you can sit there and go through with friends. I think it's 2-player co-op, but there's 3 players, possibly 3, but I'm pretty sure for 2 for sure. There we go. There's our spreader. Now we can wipe out some guys. God, you need these upgrades. Now you can switch too. So right now I've got homing missiles, and I can switch back to spread by right bumper. It's definitely still got the challenge that they always did. Oh. You get to retain the one weapon that you weren't using when you die. So that's kind of nice. These homing missiles obviously are ridiculous. I think I've tried the laser yet. I didn't like the laser when it was on the regular Nintendo, so I don't really want to use it right now either. The homing missiles, though. Homing and spread, best 2 weapons, I think. Come on, give me a spread gun. Yes. And what you want to do is switch out to the one. So, like, if I want to pick up homing and I've already got a spread, I just switch to the other weapon that I have. So I'm not holding the spread. And when I pick it up, I will get rid of whatever secondary gun there is, have the holder or the homing one, and then you'll have the spread as well, so you can switch back and forth. That's the other player, that girl running right there. I don't know who she is.
Hey kid, are you from this village?
You shouldn't be here.
Now, that's not somebody playing with me right now, but I believe it's a playable character at some point. Lots of challenge. I mean, there's some areas that are more difficult there, but right before this one was a chase scene. So you're on a motorcycle basically running through a base or something like that. And there's like this big APC or something after you. It's got spikes all over it. That one's a little bit more hectic than this has been, but we'll see. Maybe this is going to be just as difficult. This is like our mid-level boss, I think. The homing, you can just kind of walk whatever direction you want. Oh, I need that homing. Oh, hit me. Took my homing away. All right, spread. Spreader now. There we go. I don't think you can upgrade these. Oh yeah, you can upgrade the speed. So when you pick up another spread upgrade, you actually upgrade the speed. There we go. I like the effects and everything. I think it looks really good. It's as close as they've had to, like, I forget what the Contra that came out before this, not the collection. That one, funny enough, was not amazing. Ooh, I didn't really care for it. But this one, this is more like what the originals were. I do like this. It's been fun. Quickly, I'm going to jump over. The only thing I don't like is that, like, when they're talking, there's no auto, like, move. Like, I have to press a button to continue the conversation. Like, it'd be nice if they just talked and I didn't have to do anything. 23 minutes. I don't think we'll get it done. I don't think we're going to have the Star Wars one done. But what we will do, since we've already hit time, is I will go in, do that real view video of Star Wars Jedi Survivor running on the Steam Deck Oled. So we do cover that. That'll come out either tomorrow or Monday. I'll make sure that that's up and on the channel. So look forward to that. Unfortunately, if Starlink was running correctly all week, we probably would have had it on the device and not had to worry about it at all. But next week, some things to look for. So let me jump out of here, put some music back on. So I will be traveling down to GDC. So I will be down in San Francisco basically most of the week. There are some games coming out that I wanted to cover, but unfortunately I won't be able to probably do the exact same way that I do it all the time, which is, you know, the nice view and the top-down view and all that stuff. We'll try and do it as much as possible, but it may not work out. The reason being is I've got that basically I won't be able to take all the equipment down. I'll be able to take some equipment, but not all of the equipment down with me. So given that, I'm still going to try to do Dragon's Dogma 2, at least for the Steam Deck OLED and the Legion Go. And I'm going to also try and do what's the other one? Alone in the Dark comes out. I'm going to try to do that one and get those up on time so everybody can see what they look like. The Steam sale goes through, what, the 21st, I think. So that's going to go, I think it's going to end Thursday. So I wouldn't expect either of those games to be on sale. The best place to probably pick them up is Humble Bundle. If you've got that monthly bundle membership, the Humble Choice. That's going to be the cheapest solution that you can probably get, like 20% off of the pre-orders. But I'm going to try to have those games done so you can see what those look like. And then we'll jump over and still do the daily polls. So the show will be normal as next Saturday. There'll still be the daily polls. So if you haven't already, subscribe for the daily polls and then put those, you'll get those. And then you can just vote on what game you want to see at the end of the week on Saturday. Next Saturday, I will be only broadcasting at 720p, so we don't have these issues like we've been having all day long. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was going to work. It did not work at all. So we're going to get out of that 1080p business. We're going to go to 720p, and you'll be able to see an uninterrupted stream rather than a stream that crashes all the time for some damn reason. But don't forget, if you haven't already, check out the Humble Bundle if you want Nioh. I'm going to put the link in chat one more time because it's been crashing. That link will support the channel. And you'll also be able to get the deal where you get all 8 games for $12. You can cancel right away. You don't even have to cancel. It just basically, if you just pay for 1 month, you just have to pay 1 month and it doesn't continue on. But do appreciate everybody that goes there and supports the channel with it. I hope you get the games if you like them. If not, there'll be another month. You might find something more unique that you want. That's about it. I think we've covered everything. So if you haven't already, give the video when you see it a like, give a little comment in the bottom. Appreciate everybody that tuned in to watch the live show, even though it was all breaking up and not the greatest. We'll fix that for next Thursday or next Saturday. Sorry. And then if you haven't already, subscribe so you can vote on the daily poll, because you guys decide what's on this show. And then I go and play those games so you can see what they look like on these devices. Until then, have a great week. Everybody enjoy your Steam sale, and we'll talk next Saturday. Thanks again, folks. Bye-bye.